Okay. Oh, why is my volume so quiet? That's probably why, because it's turned down really quiet. Well, welcome. Happy Tuesday, March 10th. So we're already almost halfway into March, and Plexus has given us some really fun stuff to work with this month, have they not? Some of it, my goodness, you guys, if you're not like paying attention to the slim and trim train, it is on fire. So they actually shared with us, the corporate shared with us in one of our Diamonds pages that sales of Restore and Balance are up 500% in the last month. 500%. That is huge. So this is, and there's over 10,000 people on the 4 week Slim and Trim challenge. If you are not in the challenge yourself, you want to be in there. If you don't have people doing the challenge with you in the group, let me tell you, it is not too late to get people excited about doing that with you. They just officially started yesterday. So you still have almost 4 whole entire weeks to have a great experience with them. And so you want to jump on that fast moving train. So, anyways, let's jump right in for our first 10 minutes testimony. I had asked a diamond friend of mine, who many of you are probably familiar with, Jenna Huttulla, and I always mess up how to say her last name. It's really tricky, but she wanted to share her story with us. But she has a mastermind call at this same time, so she recorded for us a fantastic presentation. So I'm going to play that, and a lot of her testimony. Like she has an incredible health story with Plexus, an incredible business story with Plexus, but most recently, the Slim and Trim has been massively game changing and life changing for her. And so you'll get to hear about that and how that's made such a difference for her. And then for our product highlight time, I wanted to go through with you and really break down the system of Slim and Trim. Not necessarily the products themselves, because I know Stacy just recently did an awesome job kind of highlighting that. And hopefully you were able to see that. And I know you guys, probably like all the things. Hopefully you're seeing all the videos, Jessica Hugendorn, and all the amazingness of the explanations behind the products, the ingredients, and why this is so effective and all that. But we're going to talk about the actual like process that makes the product so effective, like the actual timing and how to eat, when to eat, all that stuff. Okay, so let's jump right in and get started with Jenna. And let me just share my screen here, and then I'll hit play, okay? So let's do that and get her started here.
Hey, I am so sorry that I cannot be with you live tonight on this amazing call. So if you're here, it's because somebody loves you enough to share with you. And I had the honor and privilege to come in and share a little bit of my testimony with you about what is happening now. And so let me introduce myself. My name is Jenna Huttulla. I've been with Plexus for over 7 years. Absolutely love the products, love the company, so much so that I accidentally started sharing the business, because when you love something enough, you share it with the people you love, right? And so that's exactly what ended up happening. But in the beginning, all I focused on was gut health, which is absolutely essential and so important. And it worked. I ended up losing 70 pounds in a year. I went from living on my couch with 7 kids, homeschooling, trying to keep up with all the things, to thriving. And I actually ran my first 5K that October. It was crazy. It was one of those big, audacious goals that I thought maybe one day. And as I crossed that finish line, I can remember just being so overwhelmed with emotion, because like all the lifestyle changes I had made were paying off. And it didn't happen overnight. It just happened gradually over time as I was consistently taking my products, like my life depended on it. I changed up some nutritional things. I like eliminated artificial sweeteners. I made sure I was eating more protein than sugar with every meal. Started moving my body. Initially, it was just to like walking to the mailbox. That's to the extreme of my health issues. That was a big deal. Then it started walking around the block. And then when I would leave the house, I would walk 3 miles. And eventually it got to be like, hey, like maybe I could learn to like run, walk, whatever that looked like. And over time, things started to compound into huge wins. Well, fast forward to last year, 2025, perimenopause joined the club. So if you were in that boat, high five, sister. I see you. I was diagnosed for the second time with skin cancer, so I'm currently battling that. I'm not a candidate for some of the pharmaceutical routes because of some genetic things that I've got going on. I didn't know that 3 years ago when I first did the first round of all of that. So it actually created excessive toxins in my system. It overwhelmed everything. I ended up slowly over time gaining 50 pounds back. So not fun. So not fun. And so over the last year, I've been fighting. I've been doing all the things. Unbeknownst to me, all of that toxic chemicals that I was trying to do to kill off the cancer ended up just really wreaking havoc on my body. I ended up with like lots of low energy, lots of other issues. I finally like stopped diagnosing. I stopped Googling myself, went to the doctor, did a whole host of blood work. And she said, like, oh my gosh, you actually, yes, you're right. That stuff wreaked havoc on your body. You're not crazy. Two, you are in perimenopause. So there's some hormonal issues that could explain the weight gain, the energy. She goes, but also like you have this chronic virus that was dormant in your body that treatment activated. I had no idea. She's like, that's the culprit. So let's work on that. So we started working on that at the end of last year, and praise God, I have more energy. I'm feeling good. But this was her kicker. She's like, I don't understand. Like you're still going. You have been to Japan. You've been traveling. You're still in ministry. You launched a podcast. You're still working your business. Like you're up off the couch. The people that she had seen with this chronic virus had been like so laid out that they could not function. She's like, are you taking supplements? I was like, yeah, I am. Let me tell you about them. She had already heard about Plexus. And she was like, absolutely. Those are the things that have been sustaining you. I can't even imagine, her words, where you would be today if you didn't have them. Okay. So even though I felt like a failure, even though I felt like I had slid back, even though I felt shame over gaining weight that I had worked so hard to lose, there was so much freedom in that to realize, like, okay, it's not just me. I'm not crazy. There really is some other underlying thing that I needed to learn how to work through. But then the fun part is Slim and Trim came out, or it's been out, but Slim and Trim came about. And my girlfriends, everybody started talking about it. And I started hearing, I started learning. So I took it to my doctor because I don't want to interrupt the cancer treatments that we're currently doing. And I want it to assist and not harm. And so I sent it to her, and she messaged me right back, 100%. Go for it. This is going to help so much with your inflammation. It's going to help on a cellular level, like all of those sciencey things. But to be honest, I'm not the science guru girl. I'm just the girl to tell you it works. It works. With all of that stuff, in 3 weeks, I have lost 10 pounds. I have even more energy. I feel like walking again. I'm getting really great sleep. Like I sleep better than my husband. The kids have even started to notice. Oh my gosh, hair growth, little things that I knew, but I had forgotten, but I didn't know. So, and even my cycles, ladies, this is for you. Even my cycles, I'm starting to notice are lighter, they're shorter, they're starting to get more regular. And that's only like I've had two. So I had one before Slim and Trim, and I had just had my recent one with Slim and Trim, and I was like, something's going on. So amen for that. So I take Slim and Trim, mix the two together at 10:30 in the morning. I set an alarm so I don't forget. Mix them together. I love it with ice. And then I take 2 Balance, and then I go about my day. And so a little while later, I'm having a protein-fueled lunch. I love grilled chicken Caesar salad. I just could eat that like every day for lunch. That's my happy food is so easy to make. So I do that most days. And then, or an omelet, because we homeschool, so we have the kitchen available to us. So grilled chicken, omelets, cottage cheese with fruit. What else? Oh my gosh, I love lentils too. So a lot of those kind of things that are quick and easy. As a mom to seven that still homeschools, that's running around, that's doing all the ministry, that's doing the things, honestly, I needed super easy and effective. And that's exactly what I found with Slim and Trim, was that it is simple, it's effective, it's working, and you just feel good to feel good again. So what else? Whitney was like, tell them about, oh, the apple at the end. I haven't done that every day. I'll be transparent. I have not done that every day, but I am doing an extra restore at bedtime. And so I do the extra restore at bedtime with collagen. I think that that's helping with hair and sleep. I don't know the science of it. I just kind of can tell you, I think that that's what's going on. But I'm excited because the reality of it is we found something that actually works, that when you combine it all together, maybe change some things up that you have been doing before, but maybe doing it different. I still take my triplex, like my life depends on it. I do that all at bedtime. I take my Probio 5, my magnesium at bedtime. And in the morning, I'm doing X Factor Plus with my other vitamins that I'm currently taking. What else? Oh, I'm just excited. Like, can you imagine where everybody's going to be in 6 months or a year from now? Like all these hot and sexy mamas, like take that perimenopause. I can tell you. Oh, see, this is the brain fog. Nobody's talked about that yet. I'm still trying to decipher, but it sure is nice to remember what things are and not actually lose the name of them in the middle of sentences. Like I renamed mushrooms marshmallows for a whole week, and I just could not get the mushroom out. I wanted to translate it in my brain to marshmallows, which my kids thought were hysterical. I was getting concerned, like, what is happening? That is subsiding as well. So I'm super excited. I can talk and talk and talk, but I don't want to waste all your time. You're going to hear some great information tonight, more testimonies, more information, more education, and such a great time, honestly, to jump into the challenge. You're going to get so much more there. And it's just fun. It's just fun. So grab 2 or 3 of your girlfriends, do it together, save some money yourself, help them save money, and get healthy too. So thank you for giving me your time. Whitney, thank you for inviting me to come on. I'm sorry I couldn't be live today, but I am just so grateful for you. And so just your constant love and encouragement throughout the years. Girl, I love you. Thank you.
All righty. Okay. Let me get you big again so I can see your faces. Awesome. Okay. Thoughts on Slim and Trim. I want to see who's actually in the Slim and Trim challenge group. Drop a 1 in the chat if you are in the group and following along. Let's see who is participating in Slim and Trim. And do in number 3 if you have friends doing it with you. Any team members doing it with you? Friends, new VIPs? All right, awesome. So let's talk about, I wanted to go over just kind of the basics, make sure, and hopefully, like you guys, you want to understand this if you're not in the group. And even I've had several people that I've added to the group. There's a lot in there. So I thought it might be helpful to just go over like the most important basics of how to make this combo really effective for you so you can have the amazing results that a lot of people are experiencing as well. So I want to hear from you. What are some of the most important things that you can do along with taking your Slim and Trim combo to have results? What are some of the musts along with that? Anyone? Anyone? Water. Yes. No alcohol. Carol with a frowny face. Movement. Yes. Okay. Protein before carbs. That's a huge one. Protein, protein. movement, no alcohol. I have 18 VIPs I put into a messenger chat to support them better. They are loving it so much, so excited. Is that you, Stacy? Wellness Warriors. They are sharing pictures of their food and selfies in the chat. Loving this. I love that. I'm just getting ready to start my chat. I have several people who are just getting their Slim and Trim. And I was like, I got the idea from Carol. Just put them all in a chat so you can kind of support them there because it's a little bit different than just the typical follow-up that we would
Yes,
be doing.
highly recommend that if anybody, even if you only have a couple of people doing it with you, just create a small group chat because with 10,000 people, my initial thought was like, I want to be able to support these people and I'm not even going to see their comments in there anywhere. So that's where it stemmed from. And there's so much involvement in this small group chat. I'm also, linking the daily posts because sometimes they're like, I don't know where today's is and I've got to scroll through. So it's been great.
I love that. And I feel like a lot of people are more comfortable sharing with just a little small group than like in a gigantic, huge Facebook group with a lot of people that they don't know. So that is really awesome, Stacy. I love that. 18 VIPs in there. Go, Stacy. That's so fun.
I was going to
Okay.
say too, I was just going to mention on that, a smaller group. Yes, 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 for sure. Jen and I originally had a group together, and knowing the people that I was adding, most of them are postmenopausal, could not handle a group of 30 people in there or whatever with a lot going on. So they actually really like the smaller group. So just something I want to point out, a lot of women don't like being involved with such a big group. So even if you have a massive amount, like if you have say 20, Stacy, you might at one point maybe I make a second one, kind of thing. Because I love the community idea, but sometimes it does get overwhelming in a chat. So that's what I've just found, and they were really happy that we did that.
Love that. Good input. Okay. All right. So let's hop back to the most important ways to have success with the Slim and Trim combo. So, how many meals a day are we eating? And does that matter? And why? 3 meals a day. Why does that matter? Does anyone know? Okay, let me explain it to you from because we were told to. Yes, you were told to. So you can be obedient, but it might be helpful to understand the why behind it. So your body needs a chance to fast in order for the GLP-1 communication to be most effective. So if you're snacking in between meals, then it's not going to be nearly as effective. So that's why the 3 meals a day are very important: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and no snacking in between. Okay. If you're snacking in between, you're not going to have as much success with it. Now, another person mentioned iPhone 4. I don't know who that is, but protein before carbs. Why does that matter? Does anyone here know the reasoning behind that? Stacy can probably tell us.
That is so that we are stimulating the ghrelin hormone before insulin.
Oh, that's right. So that triggers okay, how did you say it again?
So it triggers ghrelin first, which is our appetite control hormone, instead of our insulin hormone, which is our fat storage hormone.
I'm glad I asked you because I couldn't remember the name of that. I knew that it triggers the fat burning rather than the fat storage. So insulin stores fat, and ghrelin is the hormone that burns fat, right? Or it
It's an
makes you feel
appetite
full,
control. Yeah.
makes you
It's
feel
a
satiated.
signal.
Okay, the
Yes.
full signal. So if you like, let's give some examples. I want to hear like, what are you guys eating? The ones of you who are doing this, and how are you doing protein then carbs? Because I have a like the sweetest older woman on my team that she's doing this, and she was like, "Well, how would you do spaghetti? And how would you eat a hamburger?" I was like, "Well, you probably wouldn't want to eat spaghetti. You could just like eat, if you made like a clean marinara sauce with your meat, eat that first, but I don't think you'd want to eat plain spaghetti afterwards. So you probably want to think about your meals ahead of time, Carol.
I do have an answer for this because we had lasagna the other day. So I have some chicken breast cut up in the fridge all the time. And before I sat down with the family to eat the lasagna, I ate a bunch of chicken.
There you go.
So
Problem
there you go.
solved.
That's an idea. Or like just eat a little bit before you actually sit down and eat the lasagna.
Yeah, always
It
start
was a
with
meat
the,
lasagna, but
yeah, there you go. A spaghetti squash, which you'd still want to eat the protein part first, right? Even if you were doing spaghetti squash, because that would be your carbs. So you want to still eat the protein first. So yeah, there's a lot of ways that you can do it. But just make sure like that you understand why that is so important. The order of it, the protein followed by the carbs. Don't mix them together because you're not going to get the same results.
I
Don't
have
snack between your meals because you're not going to get the same results. Don't drink alcohol because you're not going to get the same results or any sugary drinks, right?
I have a question about that with the protein first. So somebody said to me, okay, you've got your sweet potato, your steak, and your veggie, whatever. So obviously you're going to eat your steak. Well, we're not used to eating the entire steak before we have a bite of anything else on the plate. Like, is that the goal, or is it more so take a few bites of the protein first before you dig into the other things?
I mean, I don't know that I'm the right person to answer that, but I'm just trying to eat a majority of my protein until I start adding carbs. That's how I'm doing it. But I don't know. That's just, I'm assuming if we're trying not to trigger the insulin, then we don't want to introduce the carbs in until our body's already started processing the protein. I'm just assuming. So, yeah. And I know, like, look how we're trained as a society. What do we eat when we go to a restaurant? We eat a salad and then we eat our dinner, which has the protein. You know what I mean? And we got to kind of try to learn to flip-flop that while we're doing this. So, anyways, that is a thought for you. What's the deal with the apple? Like, who's read about that, understands? Myra?
Apples increase your metabolism. You didn't ask me, but but I do know that.
Awesome. Okay, Myra, can you unmute? Let me ask you to unmute. We'll see if that works.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Okay. So follow Lori Word Harrison, and what she says is it's a binder. It binds it to the toxins and things that are coming out of your body. So it's
Yeah.
part of lymphatic massage and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Lymphatic massage, that's another one. Like, I mean, I would highly suggest that you look into why that's helpful as well, because that's really helping process a lot of the toxins as well, push them through, which is a big part of why this is so successful. And so you want to make sure that you're doing all that you can. And that can, I mean, I've been pretty consistent doing that actually, probably for a couple months now. And it only takes a few minutes a day. And you really will notice a difference with it. So I would suggest that as well. What else? Anything from the group that stands out to you guys that you think, hey, we ought to point this out as important as well? Oh, why does the timing matter on the drink? And why do we take them together? Why do we take all three products together? Anyone know? It has something to do with your hormones. I know Lori Harrison explained this, and I don't know where she put it, so I don't know if it was even like visible to a lot of people, but she was explaining that like it's our natural cycle and like your rhythm throughout the day and the way that your hormones work. Taking it at that time, which is like late morning, at least 30 minutes before lunch, then that is when it's really helping your hormones be most effective. I'll say that in just simple terms. That's the way I understand it. Okay.
The other thing about there's ghrelin and there's leptin, which are two different pathways that regulate appetite and energy balance. And we get the slim targets one of those and the restore targets the other. So when taken together, we're hitting both pathways at the same time.
Love that. Okay, awesome. All right, so we've got 5 minutes left, and I am sorry that I didn't leave more time, but I wanted to I just wanted to shout out, first of all, give a quick shout out to Kate Getchell and Bacon and Eggs Stacy Orr as well. So Kate, I love that she reached out to Kinley Severance and asked her, like for ideas and business support, and she got her to do a Zoom. Who was on that Zoom by raise of hands? I watched the replay because I didn't have service at the time, but if you didn't watch that replay, Kate posted it in Wellness Warriors. It was so, so good. I was going to ask for your top takeaways. In fact, put them in the chat. While I have you sharing your top takeaway from Kinley's Zoom and go back and watch it, then I want to give a big shout out to Raquel Shephard. And if you guys haven't seen in Wellness Warriors, it's March 10th. Raquel has already sponsored 9 new VIPs in this very month. And so we wanted to just take a minute to highlight her. And Raquel, do you mind taking a few minutes and just telling us what the heck are you doing ever since you got home from Cancun? Like, you've been on fire. And so we want to hear from you.
To be honest, I don't think I'm doing anything like magical. I'm just working my business finally. And I think before I was trying to like build an audience and like a build relationships, and I wasn't being very direct in like going for it. And so um I think I realized that I could do both. I can still build my audience um with posting, but I can still do reach outs that are pretty bold. And I think just getting back from Cancun totally shifted that mindset. Um, and I realized I don't have time to like dilly-dally anymore. I'm just gonna go for it. And I don't care what people think, if it's silly or if I've been doing audio messages and basically just getting on an audio message and being super bold with like, I have a lot of excitement around the challenge. And so that's what I lead with. I say in the message, I say, hey, we are doing this challenge. It's 4 weeks long. Basically, somebody in our company put 2 drinks together in 2 capsules called Balance, and she lost a ton of weight, like 60 pounds in 7 months. And it spread like wildfire. It basically went viral in and out of the company, and it was on USA Today. And then I just go in straight in from that. I just say, it's mimicking the GLP-1 shots, but it's all natural. They're plant-based products. And it's lowering inflammation and balancing blood sugar. And that's why people are getting results. And it's quieting the food noise. And then straight from there, I just say the best part about this is that people are seeing results in 3 to 4 days. Some people, and the longest that I've heard is 3 to 4 weeks. But that's still incredible results in a really fast amount of time. And in my audio message, I am sharing this excitement. And then I'm saying, and the best part about that is there's a 60-day money back guarantee. So if it doesn't work for you, you can return empty bottles and get all of your money back. So you really have there's no risk. There's nothing to lose except for weight and inches. And that's kind of how I'm saying this all in an audio message. And then I just say, if you want more information, I'd be happy to do this with you. It's 4 weeks long, but you can start anytime type thing. So most of it's the excitement around the challenge. And that's basically all I'm doing. But then I'm following up and asking, hey, did you get my audio message? Like then within 24 hours, I'm going through every single person that I follow on Facebook.
Love
And
that.
and I don't re-listen to the message. I just move on. I just send it and like, oh, that's terrible. Who cares? Move on. Like, I just keep going. And then every once in a while, if I'm excited about somebody that I'm talking to about, like maybe I want to build a business with them, I'll say, if you've ever thought about joining or getting money, like cash back, the referral program is amazing and I would love to link arms with you and show you how. I just got home from Cancun. It was amazing. I know how to do it now. So I'm just, I don't know. I think there's just more excitement around it than there was before. Whereas before I was more like, the belief wasn't quite there. And I think since I got home from Cancun, I'm just different and I don't have time to like dilly dally. I need the money. So that also has something to do with it too.
I think so. It sounds to me like your confidence level is like finally locked in, and the energy in your voice that's coming across when you're reaching out to people,
Yeah.
and that is very attractive. And they want like that makes them want in, you know? They trust you because they can hear that belief in your voice. They can hear that confidence that you have. So, my goodness, so proud of you. All right, we're out of time. So thank you so much, Raquel, for sharing. We're so excited. So take her tips. I'll go ahead and stop the recording. If you have a minute, Raquel, maybe you could even stay on if anyone wants to ask her any specific questions. But we're gonna stop recording now. So thanks for being on, everyone.